experts, and even veterans in the field of research? Kindly write on our chat box below your answers. Okay, so while waiting, we're still waiting for the respond of our viewers. From Cagayan de Oro, good evening. Okay, again, I just want to hear and read the views of our attendees. Who among here? Okay, we have here practitioner. Good evening. Okay. So who among you here, dear attendees, are novice, expert, and even veterans in the field of research? Okay, so good evening to all of you from South Cotabato. Okay, even in other countries. Watching from Bulacan also, from Batangas, novice, beginner from Nueva Ecija. Okay. From Agusan del Sur. Okay. Okay. Oh, I've seen many of our attendees are already experts, and some are even veterans. And for those who are still novice, no worries at all, my dear attendees. This is the right avenue for you to gather insights, to widen your horizon in the art of research writing. Now, my next poll will be, who among you now, my dear attendees, experienced submitting their research paper in different reputable publishing or journals, but either rejected or received numerous revisions from their peer reviewers?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, we can't see anything in your slide. It's a white screen only.
Okay. Yes. There's no presentation yet because I'm asking the poll of the viewers with respect to the
Okay.
questions
I
that
thought
I'm dealing
that
with.
some technical issues.
Yeah, no, there's no technical issues appearing on my presentation yet. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-mm. Let me see from them. Okay, so okay, no respond yet. Let me see. Hello from North Makinduja. Never tried submitting. There's no problem. So good evening, watching in Gimba, Nueva Ecija, watching from Puerto Princesa, Laguna. My question happened to be, who among you here attendees already submitted research paper, however been of course. Okay, so let me see. Approve my first international publication. Well, congratulations, ma'am. Okay. No experience yet. Nothing to worry about. Okay, good to hear that majority experience being rejected by some reputable publishing. I will explain further or later why such is important during my topic presentation. Now, my last poll question would be, who among you already successfully published their research work, of course, in reputable journals, and how many papers? Is it by group paper or individual? And did you pay for it? Or is it for free? Let me see. Okay, no experience yet. Haven't tried. I'm reading some of the comments in the comment box. So, okay. Others it's still streaming. No published paper yet. Okay, no worries. So, beginning. Currently writing research paper in school, mom. Okay, group thesis. Okay. Watching for PRMSU, Junior High School Department, IBA Campus. Okay. No experience yet. Okay, individual paper approved. Well and good. Okay, I guess to be published pa po yung sa amin. Okay, in Tagalog, in our native tongue. Okay. Okay, so thank you very much to all who participated in my poll questions, because I presented 3 poll questions to all of you. Good to know that almost all of or some of the attendees are very active and good contributor of new knowledge, despite they just submitted it into local publishing or journals, no? Okay, so I just want to remind everyone that this webinar is designed to equip and empower the novice and even those research practitioners and veterans on the nip in the bud of research work in your organization, community, or even in your country. In here, scholar or researcher will opt to think out of the box for the betterment and success of any understudy, whether for action, applied researches, or manuscripts like thesis paper or dissertation. More so, diving to any research project is really a hair-raising, exciting, and even tedious, which at the end, probably one of the reasons that not everyone dares to produce or create. Well, according to some, writing research paper, especially for novice writer, upon knowing that research ultimate goal is to contribute to the advancement of human knowledge, development, and innovation, resulted a huge hesitation to continue researching, and sometimes they procrastinate or having second thought. Now, this is why I would like to share to all of you the beauty of research in action beyond expectation. Research, without knowing it, it really works as heartthrob to people who view change as a part of their daily activities. First, let's immerse ourselves in the world of research. Why research in action? Well, when we say action, we mean movement. And of course, if there's a movement, there is an activity. If there's activity, there is an accomplishment. And well and good. It will arrive to development. And with it comes new knowledge, discoveries, or even innovations. Hence, why research in action? Because of the systematic investigation into using scientific methods and study of data and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. Looking beyond, it will convey cyclical nature of normality, that it strengthen the research efforts of those individual solving organizations' problem, departments' problem, even units' problem. With that, we can articulate that research is life. Research in L-I-F-E, fathomable aspects that can be or provide a high level of comfort to students, faculty, practitioners, whether in understanding the work they read or even in their own research. Now, let's start the ball rolling. The L in research is life, which is learning. Ambrose et al. 2010 stressed that educational researchers and researchers agree that learning is much deeper than memorization and information recall. But before I continue with what learning as to research is, I would like again to share and ask everyone of their thoughts on how learning embraces research. Please let me know and write in our chat box below. Okay, so how learning embraces research in your own point of view. Okay, it's new knowledge. Thank you, Sir Aaron. Okay, another response from our attendees. Research stimulates the brain that leads to learning. Thank you, Miss A, Mr. Ace, Grace. Okay, another respond. Let me see from our chat box. From Miss Anna Bawudin, I stand corrected. From what being said earlier, research maximizes our learning potential. Okay, thank you very much. And last but not the least, from Miss Angela Jacinto, this is where a researcher gain knowledge, and unfold critical thinking. Okay, so thank you for your response. Very well said, my co-research enthusiasts. Everyone is really delving on the realm of learning as to research is. Now, learning embraces research is a process that leads to change, which occurs as a result of experience and increases the potential for improved performance and future learning. There is much more than content, and that we should pay attention not only to the contents, but also to thinking processes and other types of learning. One of which is what we call as research-based learning, otherwise known as RBL, that aims to promote and develop research enthusiasts' competencies related to research practice. In here, researcher needs to define the clear objective or objectives of the study or learning, the respondents, the expected learning outcomes, and the desired competencies to be developed or produced in order to determine the appropriate methodology and processes to be applied. The scenario or challenge here should address a situation or problem as real as possible, or if the research will benefit an organization or department, the challenge should be what is currently experiencing for immediate attention and resolution, thus promoting a fertile community of research-based study or learning, constituting an ideal community for the best learning and for the preparation to be research experts. Learning is a change so as to research. This can only be achieved if right flow of information and processes are being laid down. Whether it is quantitative type of research or qualitative, as long as researcher is familiar with the process and know how to access reliable information sources to perform any research endeavor, a detailed study aimed at creation or discovery where deliberate processes are followed and something original has been designated or discovered, which is most accurate. This is also to awaken anyone's interest in conducting any kind of research knowledge, empower, and the main problems that an organization, department, stakeholders, or even society faces so that research enthusiasts or even students may broaden their perspectives and focus their field or study areas. According to AIT or the ASEAN Institute of Technology, simply doing an internet search for the term, for instance, what is global warming, and reading a few websites on the topic does not alone constitute research in academic sense, because this approach, according to them, lacks process and analysis and does not contribute anything unique. A researcher or scholar to them, on the other hand, would perhaps begin answering the same question by narrowing the search to trusted sources, collecting a large set of relevant information, analyzing and synthesizing, then finally creating a new definition based on justifiable criteria. While others will merely evolve themselves to introductions, methodology, results, and discussion processes. As a whole, this RBL can develop researchers' awareness or appropriate research processes and research methods, and can create an inclusive culture of research, thereby constituting in the finding of new knowledge and even leveling up to innovations. I hope I'm making sense to all of you why learning embraces research. As soon as you try something new, of course, you'll get resistance. Definitely, because that's the irony of change. You need to see your way toward your own path or drive, your own change, and the type of change you wanted to create. And that will be your turning point. Now, even though you didn't know exactly how to get there, as long as you still in your mind the second life of research, which is I, known as invigorating, surely you'll be on the right track and will be headed intently on where you want to change and adopt the new knowledge or discoveries. Through research, invigorating means giving strength or energy to new knowledge, discoveries, or development. That's why it is essential to research. Also, this opens door to applying what is unfamiliar to many and stressing how essential or economical one work or study or even discovery is. This is why journal articles and published articles are vital to the research enthusiasts and experts. As the old research cliche, publish or perish, of course, no doubt, veteran researchers are familiar with. How will you give strength or energy to new knowledge or discoveries if the research work you made will just be stuck in the four corners of your cabinets or drawers? As one of the processes in conducting research, which is to present and share your findings in order to contribute to the advancement of knowledge, discoveries, or developments. With the process and presence of reputable journal articles that collect and compile written researches and basically read by other experts in the discipline would serve as gateway to more new researches depending on the information being stressed and studied, because it will serve as literature reviews. These literature reviews are very common because the researcher will read and combine these papers in order to impart new idea or perspective. Sharing through publishing paved the way for the awakening of an effective discoveries, treatments, or innovation. The kind of paper you've written will depend on the work which has been done and the target journal for publication as well. Do not be afraid and lose hope if ever your paper will undergo series of reviews, verifications, or clarification with experts in the field of studies. These peers are full of people accepted as experts and have proven themselves capable as publishing researchers. For them, they will review your paper so that they can assess if it is already satisfactory, need revision, or unacceptable. They will not critique your research work merely to malign you or to test your capacity and capabilities in doing research. Rather, to make your paper scholarly, credible, and professionally done. Because your paper is an empirical research article which is an original study and include descriptions of why and how the work was done, as well as what was learned and what it can contribute to the people and society. Hence, I would like to encourage everyone who are here tonight to share and publish your written work or researches. But take note, be aware of predatory publishing or journals that didn't check articles for quality and legitimacy, whether open access or not. You have to be vigilant enough. There are ways on how to spot a predatory publishing, like you need to always check where it is indexed or indexed. Is the journal included or indexed in the major bibliographic databases for the field? Is it peer review? And then what is the impact factor? Meaning, does it contain measurements of average citations received overall in a year or couple of years? And also, you can check the ISBN or the International Standard Book Number, since it's a unique number assigned to each separate edition and variation of a publication. So we have many reputable journals, like which is one of the largest, which is the Scopus Journal, and most reputable abstract and citation databases for academic literature. So we also have SCI, or otherwise known as the Science Citation Index, which have shown higher citation rates. And you can also browse and read on ISI, the Institute for Scientific Information. And also you could browse SCIE, Science Citation Index Expanded. All you have to do is to type the URL in your, of course, respective address bar. Because journals included in an index are considered of higher quality than journals that are not. When we say index, these are a list of items pulled together for a purpose, no? That depends on the field of specialization. Now, it is a fact that research is a careful consideration of study regarding a particular concern or problem using scientific methods. According to the American sociologist Earl Robert Beebe, research is a systematic inquiry to describe, explain, predict, and control the observed phenomenon. It can either be inductive or deductive in nature. Inductive approaches are associated with, of course, qualitative research, and deductive methods are more commonly associated with quantitative analysis, also as mentioned in the article of Travis Bach, who is an executive director marketing in Honeywell Global. Okay, so next, introducing the next cycle of research is life, which is the F of research, which is fascinating. The question now is, what makes research fascinating? Or is it fascinating at all? Well, In the world of research, fascinating is a big word, since it means great interest or attracting attention, timely research project, problem, or even title should be the topmost priority of the researcher. The focus should not only be for the mere purpose of doing research just for the completion of a requirement, or even merely finishing it because there's a deadline of submitting it to the proper authority for performance appraisal. The guiding point should be the will and interests in the formulation, conduct, and coming up with the deliverables. Of course, starting off with research proposal. The researcher should remember that conducting research involves several experts and specialists depending on the milestone needed by the study. From the quest of identifying the general study area to the choosing of timely research topic, down to formulating plan and methodology, cover how it will be attracted to pursue the study. Not only that, even in the collection of data and how it will analyze and interpret will also constitute the arousal to hold the attention of pursuing the study and coming out with its output, outcome, and even sustainability report. And lastly, during the presentation of findings, it should captivate a fascinating account of information and results. The motivation is the researcher's or scholar's own initiative, creativity, inspiration, insightfulness, energy, and most especially the will to produce a research paper that will be of great help to others and can contribute to the advancement of knowledge, development, and innovations. Truth of the matter is how technology platforms enable the researchers to ease the difficulty in conducting, producing data, and achieving an output with outcome that will be of help in the research process. Well, it can be loosely described as the E of research life. And that E is envisioning. Envisioning is a way or act of focusing to the new normal of conducting research. That's why the question that arises would be, would envisioning a part of research, specifically in gathering data? It allows anyone, whether an expert researcher or novice, to envision what needs to adapt or apply. It helps also to feel the sensation of reaching one's goal even before getting there. Visioning one's goal actually releases endorphins, which are the chemicals in our brain that makes us feel good. What you want to achieve in your research, your output, what will be its benefit to you, to your organization, and even to your society. With the onset of the digital-related activities, research practitioners should envision their work beyond expectation. Work that escalates the new normal in the process of collecting data. Majority of the novice researchers are hesitant to conduct a study. Why? Due to the situation we are into, particularly the COVID pandemic, which has prohibited us to be in the crowd for long. Well, gone to that worry anymore. Nowadays, or even this day, with the aid of Internet of Things and the digital advancements, we can collect data without doing face-to-face. There are several tools that a researcher can employ to maximize data collection, even time, as well as mitigating exposure to people frequently. Like for instance, applying Google Form in the conduct of a survey, researcher now can easily send the link or QR code for easy access to whatever research question or survey questionnaire they want to fill up. Even focus group discussion will not be a problem anymore, since there are numerous platforms to be used like Zoom or Google Suite. In short, envisioning through research creates worry-free status in the onset of research process. Mitigation of process failure in the conduct of the study due to current situation can now be controlled. Adoption and embracing what technology platforms offer. Of course, you can browse it in the internet. You can seek assistance with your IT. At this very moment, there are about 16 types as posted by Spacey 2019. Well, it will always depend on what applications or systems suit your study or understudy. Like for instance, if you need operating systems, storage platforms, web platforms, API platforms, robotics, game platforms, computing platforms, application platforms, content management systems, analytics, Internet of Things, database, mobile platforms, and even security and AI platforms, to name a few, of what you need in your study for it to arrive with a good research which follows systematic approach to capture accurate data. At the same time, researchers can always practice ethics and a code of conduct while making observations or drawing conclusions. Well, as a whole, research is life that involves learning, which is L, invigorating, which is I, fascinating, which is F, and envisioning, which is E. It is now a cyclical nature of normality amidst difficulty that strengthen the research process output and outcome. And if anything goes wrong, remember to look where the brighter side is. The L, the I, the F, and the E of research. There is always an accepted and accurate environment for research. Don't hesitate to explore and chase what is best for you or best for you, for your respondents, for your study, and for your beneficiary. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, if you want to change the world, be the change. Thank you very much to all the attendees for this evening. I hope I imparted a very nice information to all of you. Mabuhay and stay safe to all.